Radio Free Skaro!
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Radio Free Skaro, episode number 1038. I am Stephen in Edmonton.
Warren in Vancouver.
And Chris in Edmonton.
Chris is back. Warren's back. We're all back. It feels like 6.5 years since we last recorded an episode of this podcast.
It's been 84 years.
7 years. 87 years?
No, 84 years is the Titanic reference.
84 years is the Titanic reference. I forgot about that.
Yes. You will not disrespect Canadian filmmaker James Cameron, my friend.
Also, the woman who says that in Titanic is in The Invisible Man. I was like, because I watched The Invisible Man because Isa Camp did an episode on it, which is delightful as hell, by the way. It's great.
Gloria, I can't remember her last
it.
name. Gloria somebody, yeah.
Her role is the girl. She doesn't do much.
The girl. Wow. Anyway, welcome back to regular programming. Chris is off in the UK. How was your UK trip, Chris? If you don't mind us, unless it was top secret, apart from all the photos you posted of plays and castles that you went to and all that.
Yeah, I made some poor footwear choices, and as a result, I had difficulty walking for about 90% of the trip.
Ooh, that sucks.
But we went down to Dover fairly early in with friend of the show, Andrew Smith, and we went to Dover Castle to, Mind of Evil.
Mind of Evil location scouting, that's it.
Was
and nothing else.
Kind of the main reason, over and above.
Yeah,
over and above, cool old British castle.
Whatever, Mind of Evil.
And also to see the cliffs and ideally some other stuff, but it was basically just the castle and the cliffs. But it was...
I like how your obsessive brain makes you say Mind of Evil over and over.
Right.
It was foggy AF, so even the cliffs were hard to see. And yes, I did make a Tim Coombe joke or two while we were there.
Because he directed it, you see. And then he had to direct it again once all the film came back bad, as I had to reshoot it with a whole bunch of... Well, I know. It's the second time that he's done that. He had to do the same for Doctor Who and the Silurians when all the footage came back bad and they had to shoot it again. It was different casts with different production team members as members of the cast, which they did twice. Tim Coombe himself.
He's cursed.
Yeah. Well, it's like he's cursed or inept. Cursed. I don't know, Tim Coombe.
And then the day after that, again with Andrew, amongst other sightseeing and whatnot, we went to go see Born with Teeth. Mm-hmm. The... Christopher Marlowe, Will Shakespeare play with Shootigawa.
Right.
Which...
ex of Doctor Who, Shootigawa.
Quite enjoyable on the whole. Very overt homosexual overtones, and it was fun. It was basically... the way I phrased it was historical fanfic. There are, reports of them having dalliances and so on, but I don't know how much of that is reality. But yeah, did stuff like that, and I don't know, did other things as well. But it was other than my feet not holding up. It was a good couple of weeks.
Did you have to get like a stunt double? Did like Michael Gagarin come along with you or something like that? Michael, could you climb that hill for me? You kind of look like me. You're about my size.
That would have been easier.
Yeah. Just do that.
It really would have been
Stuart
easier.
Fell, I realize you're elderly, but do a pratfall and pretend you're me.
Can you walk on stilts in this raincoat?
I was just going to say stilts, yes.
And pretend to be me in this long shot. There's me, Andrew Smith and Kat, posing in front of Dover Castle.
I don't see a camera anywhere. Why are we doing this?
I don't understand why we're doing this, but...
At Dover Castle, I made sure to take some pictures of the entrance that Bessie drove through.
Nice.
And nothing else happened at that entrance in history, apart from that one shot in the Mind of Evil. 2 shots when, of course, the prison heist in episode 5 happens. But I'm sure I would have just bored at the tour guide if there was a tour guide. So, did you know, actually, tour guide, that the right here
Please use that voice.
is where the Brigadier pretended to be a Cockney delivery driver as they broke their way into staying more prison.
You tedious man, go away.
We didn't. We just walked around. But there's one point where Kat and Andrew went up to the top, up to the roof of the main castle tower thing. And I didn't because too many steps.
Right.
But anyway, they had somebody up there giving them a bit of a tour thing, and I don't know, the way they described the person they had, who they said it was very, 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 very knowledgeable and fantastic. So I don't know, Stephen, you might have been schooled.
What about the Mind of Evil?
Yeah, probably.
Wow.
I would love to see that. I would pay good money to see that.
That's a new DVD extra. Like, yeah, I debate. I demand a debate with the tour guide.
Just what the range needs.
At Dover Castle.
Some false right-wing nonsense.
Yeah, I'm literally going up there. It says Dover Castle. I'm like hammering on a little sign that says "Stanmore Prison." Damn it! It's
Debate
not
me,
Dover
debate
Castle.
me. It's not real.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time, Chris, on your trip, despite the physical limitations for part of it. I mean, England's meant for looking anyway, right? It's not a walkable city or anything like that. It is a very walkable city.
England is not a city.
London is a very walkable
How did
city,
you
though.
enjoy England City? Was it good? Did you have a nice time in England City?
England City is not even the name of a football club, which it really could be.
Kinda should be, though.
Honestly, I'm surprised that South Park hasn't done a thing. England City is playing Canada City today in the World Championship of American Football in England.
One of the days, we went specifically to a pub to go watch football because Man United was playing, and Kat is a Man United fan, for better or worse.
Yeah, I know.
And,
why don't you cheer for the Dallas Cowboys? Come on, Kat. Like, be original. I thought Kat was a contrarian. How did she like land on Man United as like?
it's not a question I can answer.
Okay, just saying.
It's contrary to sports enjoyment here in North America.
Yeah, it could
But
be.
United beat Liverpool in Liverpool, which was apparently the first time that happened in like over a decade or
That's too
something.
bad. The McGanns are pretty upset about that. They were elated at Chicago TARDIS right before I interviewed the two McGanns, Paul McGann and his son Sonny.
Because of when they won the premiership?
Well, they hadn't won the premiership, but there was a big victory. I think they beat them, like Liverpool beat Man U or Man City 2-0 or something like that. And they were just overjoyed by this, in November. Like the season's like not even a quarter of the way through, and they were like, "Oh my god, we beat them!" And I was like, "All right."
Yeah, and then I saw. Side note: saw that Liverpool lost to Brentford FC.
crap.
Their most recent match. So
Well, what's
You're
the
talking
point?
hieroglyphics right now. I have no idea what's going on.
It's soccer. It was a very riveting.
It's like
game.
Liverpool won the Premier League last year. So
They did. win.
they've at least in this short time frame they've lost to two teams that they shouldn't have lost to.
Well, fascinating.
Championship slump and all that. Anyway, that's enough sports talk. Even if it is just soccer.
UK soccer, no less.
UK soccer.
Just to light that fire twice over.
Yeah, later on in this episode, our commentary for the Sunmakers resumes with part 3. Feels like we recorded that about 18 months ago. Literally, we recorded that in January. Didn't we record Sunmakers in January? No, or was
I
that
think so.
Visitation we recorded in January? June it was, that's right.
June and July is when we.
Long time ago, anyway.
Right. Yes. Yeah. And I have a very small, not Doctor Who related, but related to our insane, mostly me and you, Stephen, obsession with television. I went to Ottawa CanCon. Very good.
right.
If you're in the Ottawa area, please go if you're into writing and sci-fi. And then I went to Toronto for a couple days. And I went to MZTV, which is Moses Neimer's personal television collection. So for Canadians, it is actually, I was informed, it's $10 to get in there. It's a ton of old TV sets, essentially. And I was told this is the old YTV studios. This is where they made all the YTV. PJ Katie's Farm was in that very area. And I can't remember the other names of shows. But anyway,
Right.
I was sending Stephen what I termed pornography, because I was sending him tons of different old TVs. And I think Marilyn Monroe's TV is there for some reason.
What? Like
Yeah,
you're
it's
talking
there.
about like actual like television sets, not like sets used in television.
No,
like
these are actual television sets. And it kind
Right.
of peters off around the 1960s, but there's a lot of vintage stuff from the 20s. There's one insane one from the 1950s from West Germany, which is mostly wood cabinetry.
East Germany, you said. East Germany, wasn't
I
it?
don't remember if it was West or East, but anyway, it must have been West because East Germany's design sense was not quite all there in 1957. But I put that up on Blue Sky, and it got like 120 likes for some reason. I was like, this is out of control.
It looked exactly like the TV that you'd be watching, like first run episodes of Worker and Parasite on. That's,
Exactly,
you know.
it did. It also had like a record player and I think something else in there too.
Oh, see, that's proper. I mean, you also share like a picture of like the innards of one of those old tube TVs.
Yeah.
And there's like so much wasted space in there. It was like there's
the gas needs to bump around in there. So
that's true, but like you could put like a clock radio or a waffle iron in there or something. Like they missed out on
Where's my
stuff.
waffle iron television? I've been ripped off.
That's one interesting thing about like technology and convergence and whatnot. It's like back in the day, so now we've got smartphones that do, everything.
All that, yeah.
Before that, we'd have to have a separate phone and a separate camera, probably a separate
return with a V.
calendar and organizer, whatever, and so on and so on. But back in the day, they had, the giant cabinets with like a TV and a record player and a wet bar and speakers and whatever else all in one.
Right.
On glorious unit. SD.
Yeah, those are the days, man.
Oh yeah.
Of course, they were massive cabinets, but yeah.
Highly recommend if you it's going to take you a half hour to go through it, but also they give the history of television, and they not only talk about Philo T. Farnsworth, who invented it in the States, they also talk about Baird, who invented it in England. Nobody gets short shrift here.
Doctor Who reference to the giggle.
John Logie Baird.
John Logie Baird. Yeah.
There's no pictures of the creepy doll, but other than that.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's cool. I'm glad you both made use of your time. I stayed here. I stayed here and recorded podcasts. So
that's fine.
I took one for the team. I had a good chat with Toby Hadoke last week. So there you go. It
was good. I listened to most of it.
Yeah.
You two nerding out about paperwork was both the highlight and the low light of the episode.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
I was going to say I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet, but the closest I came was I went to see a comedian that had a couple of days prior played at Excess Malarkey, Toby's club in Manchester.
Right.
So I had my own sort of Toby crossover.
Your Toby
there,
crossover.
Sort of.
I had done.
We mentioned, of course, in that episode we talked about Blake 7 set as and luckily that day that we recorded the release date was announced of December 16th, and in the US it was up for pre-order, and now in Canada you can pre-order the Blake 7 season 2 set. You cannot yet pre-order it in the season 13 set for Doctor Who, which comes out in January. Again, I'm amazed that literally only a month in between release dates for Blake 7 between UK and the rest of the world, which is
good.
Which is I like it. I like that. I like not having to wait 3 or 4 months for a set like I do with Doctor Who. So I just find it very odd that the Blake 7 is so close to that.
Yeah. Given I didn't have a chance to listen last week, did you guys talk at all about the AI tweaks in?
No, we didn't. We didn't. Yeah,
okay.
There seems to be some AI tweaks going on there, and the restoration of stuff like that.
Well, much after the fact. So one person in particular that I know remarked about the AI stuff on the collection box set, but also said, they weren't sure at the time, but they noticed something happening with the Zygon's BFI screening.
Right.
And then just kind of, I guess, confirmed for themselves that, there was some AI tweakage happening in Zygons on the Blu-ray release. And they've also mentioned that it's there at least to a point in Planet of Evil, and that's all I've heard from them so far. But
Pitt Madeley did a video, came out of like sort of semi-hiatus. Pitt Madeley hasn't done a video for Doctor Who in quite a while, and he made a short little 2-minute video about is AI worth it, and had admittedly kind of like super slowed down, like blink if you miss it in real time, but if you see it like in super slow motion and zoom in, you kind of see like what's going on there. Something seems a bit off compared to the DVD version.
I certainly don't get any impression that it's like rampant or whatever. It's just here and there, and the outcome is mixed. I guess is the best way to phrase it. But I'm curious. I'm curious if this is a test, if we're going to get this for every release going forward, or like I don't know, because none of us are AI fans, obviously.
No.
But it doesn't mean it doesn't potentially have its use, and yes, it does get better to a point as time goes on. Ooh. So I don't know. I don't know if
noises.
Hear me out.
If it
hear me out. All right. So I was just gonna say I don't know if that means that it's gonna that its use is going to be increased.
Oh, listen. If James Cameron does it to his old material, like True Lies, when it came on Blu-ray and it looked awful.
I use it for Adobe podcasts, which is technically AI. It's a different kind. It's not generative, but it'll clean up your audio, and it does a remarkably good job, except when it doesn't.
Yeah.
So there are things that it is good for. I will give you that. But there's also an entire superstructure of morons telling us it can do anything, anywhere, just so it can juice up stock prices. And I'm sick to death of hearing about it. I cannot wait for this to happen.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the AI bubble. Crush the economy. I don't care.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say about AI. I forget what I was going to say about AI, and that's
okay. It remembers.
It remembers it wrong, no less.
I think there's like a couple of the old British like some of them sort of have like this. One of them, like, they sort of like upres some old stuff for the YouTube stuff that I watch sometimes. And some of it's okay, some of it's not. And there was like some old Z Cars episodes from like 1964, and the ones with like Brian Blessed in it. And I remember like there was a car scene with like 3 of them, and I think it was like upres. It might have been with AI, and it was creepy as hell. It was I couldn't watch it. Like, I had to look away. It was like, it was Zuzuzu and whatever the name of the creature is in the Exorcist, like that face sort of crawling up. Pazuzu. Yeah. It was like, God. It was like, it was terrifying.
Also the name of a character in that Andrew Dice Clay movie, Ford Fairlane.
I've forgotten that.
Sorry, let me just, that is bingo. I was not expecting that one. But that was, I've long held out. Ford Fairlane got a reference on RFS.
Directed by Rennie Harlan.
Yeah.
I don't hate that movie. I'll admit it. I don't care.
I didn't at the time. I'm pretty sure now I'd be cringing pretty hard. But in the 90s, I enjoyed it.
I haven't really watched or listened to anything from Andrew Dice Clay in many years. That's probably for the best.
Yeah.
But you said creepy. With
like Andrew Dice Clay,
and I haven't looked at any of his efforts for a while. But Ian Levine's AI missing episode recons creepy is from what I did see is a very apt word to use.
But I think what you forget though, Chris, is that they're actually so good that they've superseded the need to even find more missing episodes.
They sure have.
So Film is Fabulous is wonderful work. By the way, you should donate to Film is Fabulous. It's unnecessary though, because AI has recreated missing Doctor Who episodes to the extent where we don't need to see them again.
Think what you will of Mr. Levine or his recon efforts and whatnot.
Yeah, well.
But I do give him credit for going outside of the 97 episodes, like, having done Pescatons and whatever else.
I'm not giving him credit for anything.
Some other stuff outside of the 97 missing episodes. Like, he's taking some chances, I guess.
Instead of going just the kitchen and making a mess, he also went to some bedrooms and made messes too.
That's true. The whole house is a mess now.
Yeah.
Whole house is a mess. This is the last episode in October, which means next month it's going to be November, which means we record our Fluid Links Advent Calendar episodes, which means you, dear listener, have a part to play. If you want to, it's for Advent Calendar, of course, for those that don't know. From December 1st to 24th, there's a Fluid Links a Fluid Link a day for the 1st to 24th, leading up to the Doctor Who Christmas special. Non-existent this year, or is it? We'll talk about that. And so submit your questions, comments regarding Doctor Who, the future of Doctor Who, the past of Doctor Who, the present of Doctor Who, apologized for, and wherever. I mean, I think at one point we tried to just send it to this, but social media is scattered everywhere. So just tell us, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Twitter, for God's sake, if you're still on that, Facebook.
Ugh, gross.
Email us.
If you throw it out in the ether, it'll make its way to us.
Just if whatever you do, just hashtag it Fluid Links so we know it's a Fluid Links question and stuff like that. So send it to us and we'll randomly draw and we'll record those in November. It's always fun. It's always fun to do that. So that is a reminder. We'll try to remind people on the various different social medias come November as well.
Yeah. But Blue Sky being the preference for those who are
It
there.
is. It's the one we check the most. Yeah. So
it is not new Twitter because that's an insult to it, but where good people from Twitter went to.
Yeah, more or less.
And some bad.
Yeah, a few bad, but mostly good.
Yeah. So they go. Always a good time, though. Always a good time, even though there's no Doctor Who on a Christmas. The tradition continues for the Fluid Links Advent calendar here at Radio Free Skaro. So I teased it there, being there's no Doctor Who Christmas special, and
is there?
Who was it at the BBC? It was a CFO. I can't remember her name now. Jane somebody. Who said next year for the war between the land and the sea. And, of course, that put everyone thinking it's going to be early next year for the Doctor Who spinoff. Well, a couple sources here. This is a bit of a scoop, I guess, unless, of course, missing episodes get found in the next 90 minutes, which sort of superseded our talk about Bad Wolf and BBC splitting a couple weeks ago. The war between the land and the sea, it looks very much... according to a couple sources, very well-placed sources here at Radio Free Skaro, say that the war between the land and the sea will air in December on the BBC, February on Disney+. Disney Plus will stay with the February launch date for that, and it will be on the BBC. So there are reasons to speculate about this. It's possible that the BBC... wants to move it forward because maybe they don't have the Christmas programming that they usually have this year, and that's why they've sort of brought it forward. Maybe they are enjoying it so much that they want to give it its own sort of spotlight. Is Disney Plus sort of burying it on in the February because they've got Wonder Man, Warren, don't you know? Wonder Man's coming out in December.
Well, I've canceled Disney Plus, so I'm not seeing that.
That's true, and they got the Percy Jackson show coming out December 10th. So there's already stuff sort of coming out, and I kind of reasoned what does this mean for Disney? Who, let's face it, are out. I mean, if this is if you need any other proof, the potential of them just dropping the Doctor Who spinoff 2 months after it airs on the BBC. In the middle of the night, probably sometime, is probably enough to say that we're Disney's gone. Yeah. All right, guys. Anyway,
I mean, I'm not in charge of Disney, and nor will I ever be. But if I was, I mean, how much money did Disney put into the Doctor Who deal, which we know is a fair amount, but it's still a drop in the bucket versus some of the, Star Wars and Percy Jackson and some of their other fare.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't I still want to get as much value out of that investment as possible?
I mean, I look at it this way too.
Not have a 2-month delay or whatever it ends up being, if that's the case.
They've got money in it, but it ain't theirs. So they're gonna prioritize what is theirs, lock, stock, and barrel, like Star Wars, for instance.
Star Wars or whatever shows they have. I mean,
the
Hulu thing now. That's on Disney Plus too, which is
that's all their stuff.
Splash. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a big profile on Bad Wolf in Broadcast Now. Links in the show notes, and Jane Tranter of Bad Wolf says that what will happen next. This is a quote from her. What will happen next is between the BBC studios and Disney Plus, and Bad Wolf certainly won't be the first to know. It was just really weird. I take responsibility for lots of things, but gloriously on this occasion, that one is out of my hands. I feel like she's sort of been very much with wonderful partners with Disney, but just saying whatever, out of my hands now. I just feel like everyone is just whatever. Just let's get this over with.
What I found interesting in the article is where she says, we used to have these big co-pros and we were coasting on that. Coasting is maybe me adding to it. For the last few years, and now we're gonna have to scale back because everybody's scaling back. I'm like, you know what? I'm fine with that. Let's scale back, people.
Not every TV show needs to be this massive multi.
It doesn't all need to be Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I know. Well, Game of Thrones set the bar high.
Somebody has to make the first move in that, and I don't know who's going to. I don't know who wants to.
Yeah,
but that sort of stuff does. That sort of stuff definitely needs to stop because there's only so much you get out of that massive, pile of cash.
No, we said it at the time, and I'm sure we weren't alone. We're not pioneers in this. It was a bubble. There was an actual end product to it, but there was a bubble.
There's definite diminishing returns on things like that, and I would be so much happier, I think, if the tone down the CGI and the effects and all that kind of stuff. Spend less money per episode, give us more episodes, And
Star Trek with meetings, damn it.
Yeah, right. Boardrooms. That was part of the fun. It was part of the fun of Star Trek.
This whole thing of 8 episode, and I think Netflix pioneered that more or less. But
yeah,
this whole thing of 8 episode seasons that's just so little. Like even Strange New Worlds does 10, but they burned off 2. Season 3, for example, they burned off 2 on day 1. Doctor Who burned off 2 out of 8 for shooting Gatwa's first year.
On the other hand, England or the UK TV industry has done 10, 12, 14 episodes for decades, and they do it right. I don't know what the secret sauce is they got. The Americans don't.
What they do is they tell a complete story over the course of those 6 or 8 episodes, whereas the Disney years Doctor Who try to have it both ways. Episodic TV, but only 8 episodes, so therefore you don't get any chance to sort of build with the characters. We just got to cram the plot in and get on with it, and just take it as read that these 2 people are friends now, and so when they leave, it's a gut punch, and it's not. It's not because they barely met them. Oh, we barely met you. Well, that's right. Murray Gold will punch this up in the mix, and it'll feel really sad about it. Well, now, won't you? No, it won't. I mean, understand also that we're in the age of that Catwoman movie not even coming out because it's a tax write-off. Willow Batwoman, sorry. Willow being made, produced a whole season and taken off for tax reasons as well. To get your most out of your investment.
Taking off the service altogether, not just canceled. Yeah,
and that's when they owned outright too. So
and so like to have like when you say would it be good for Disney to get the most out of their investment? I feel like maybe like how much are we going to get? How many viewers are we going to get for this Doctor Who spinoff? A show that, let's face it, did not do well on Disney Plus after that first week or so, and sort of cratered and disappeared. We did nothing to promote it for season 2.
Yeah,
how much promotion would you expect from The War Between the Land and the Sea? Honestly,
two got far fewer eyeballs than 1 did for sure.
Just nothing for promotion on that one.
But it just comes across as it's like throw money at it, basically burn the money, which if I was a shareholder would tick me off to no end. Because that's money that could be put into other projects. That could be money that could be paid out as dividends or stock buybacks.
Yeah.
Like even, evil corporate stuff.
Evil.
But that's I don't know. I don't understand. And I don't know if this is like Iger level decision making or if it's lower down the totem pole or what, but I don't know.
This was the same company that refused to do a movie with Steven Soderbergh and Adam Driver about Ben Solo. And I'm like,
true.
Steven Soderbergh, like he's got a pretty good batting average, guys. Like, just let him do it.
And he apologized, saying, "I'm sorry I had to lie about this for so many years about this possibility that this thing was actually going to get made." But now it's So for those that don't know, there was going to be a Ben Solo movie, even though Ben Solo dies at the end of Rise of Skywalker.
Well,
nope,
barely. Yeah. But yeah.
Ben Solo movie, but that was canceled. Well, so if there have been more canceled movies, Star Wars movies at Disney than there have been movies made at Disney. So a 5-part Doctor Who spinoff airing a couple months later than the BBC, 100% that makes sense.
And the next one, because we know it's started filming, is going to be the Sean Levy, Ryan Gosling.
Actually making it.
Starfighter? Yeah, apparently it's one. Yeah, but I won't believe it till it's in the theaters and I'm watching it.
I know, like I write. Like, I mean, they made Batwoman and completely
That's Warner Brothers. Yeah. That's Warner Brothers.
I know that, but the industry did that and canceled it. So until I'm actually watching it in theaters, I don't believe it's happening. So
I saw somebody the other day, this is kind of only tangentially related, but somebody said, I never bought into the First Order as this dumber fascism that just kind of showed up out of nowhere until now.
Makes perfect sense.
Your perspective, Stephen, is definitely correct. Until it's there in front of my face. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'll believe it.
Yeah. Prove it, Disney. Come on.
For what it's worth, if indeed this comes to pass and War Between the Land and the Sea, God, I'm tired of that name. Turf and Surf airs on the BBC in December in whatever form and is delayed until February in Disney Plus. Yeah, we're finding a way to cover it on this podcast when it comes out of the BBC, just so you know.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I can't even get Disney Plus, so of course I am.
Yeah.
And I'm not supposed to be getting BBC, but I am. Mm-hmm.
My Disney Plus subscription ends in February sometime, so.
Yeah.
I have it until then, but
after that, it's Gonzo.
I mean, I might have it,
Big
but I just
time.
don't bother. So
Gonzo like Gonzo, who's on Disney Plus. With the Muppets. So there you go. Anyway, because of that, because of this thing, we sort of been like delaying, like waiting for the right moment to put on. We did a Torchwood Children of Earth rewatch, a 5-part series of that our Patreon supporters have heard already. But we're going to put it out in advance of the next 5-part spinoff of Doctor Who. Turf and Surf, and so we've sort of like waited to like schedule that in time with the War Between. And so now, like, in a couple weeks, we're going to start that and hope that we can finish those 5 weeks before Turf and Surf begins. But if not, well, we might have some overlap in those weeks. But whatever, you get the idea. So there. That's the most important thing is how it affects Radio Free Skaro's release schedule.
it better not drop Christmas Day. I'll be very annoyed.
It doesn't feel like a Christmas Day release.
No,
but
it doesn't.
You never know.
But then a lot of things don't, and BBC just does them anyway. So
That's true. So anyway, as I say, well-placed sources tell us this, that War Between in December. So, and Disney's still sticking with February, although Disney could just say, oh, what the hell, let's just drop it now, get it over with, that sort of thing too. So who knows regarding Disney, but BBC December seems to be a sure thing. Let's wait and see about that.
early December would be better. I'd be much happier if that happened.
Well, looking at the RFS release schedule, Warren, which is what we should be going by here, I think the 14th would be great because our Children of Earth things are so late. There you go. Happy birthday. It's the war.
Next day is my birthday, yeah.
We could talk about the War Between the Land and the Sea.
Are you assuming that is it going to be everything on iPlayer at once?
No idea.
And
No
maybe
idea about that.
Once a week on broadcast?
Honestly, I mean, I found a way to acquire the most recent season of How Are You? It's Alan Partridge, which is airing one a week, but all dropped on iPlayer on the same day.
There's a lot of BBC stuff that isn't strictly or the Traders or things of that nature. That there's a lot of stuff that just like MasterChef, for example, they did this kind of a hybrid where they would drop that week's episodes on the day of the first release. So it's usually 3 episodes per week.
Oh, okay.
So on the Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever the first episode of that week was, that goes out on TV, and then the 3 episodes from that week all get dropped on iPlayer. But it's not until the week after that the next 3 get dropped. So
It kind of tells you everything you need to know about who's watching broadcast TV nowadays. People who don't bother with online, old people probably.
Yeah, I know. I know that episode 4 came because Steve Roberts commented on his Facebook page that there's Toby Hadoke in that episode of Alan Partridge, and that was episode 4, and I remember seeing it there. So. I don't know what the case would be. It would be interesting to see if they would drop it all at once, which, if it's an ongoing series like that, it just feels like, well, you're just spoiling the cliffhanger. I don't know.
Oh, they might anyway, though.
Yeah, I mean, the ending at any rate.
I mean, to be fair, 1980s Doctor Who when it went out on Mondays and Tuesdays.
True.
Yeah, it was kind of it's not like we watched it live back at that point in time, but that had to have been a buzzkill, and that's over 40 years ago.
Yeah. Like the cliffhanger at episode 3 of Caves of Anjazani, for crying out loud. Oh my God, he's crashed into the planet. This is amazing. I can't wait to find out what happens in 20 and a half hours, and we shall see. I mean, maybe what we'll do is, if it all drops at once, we'll do the same as we did for Children of Earth back in 2009 and watch all of it in one go and review it in one episode, and then 15 years from now, we'll review each episode of The War Between the Land and the Sea.
15 years from now, I'll be 70 years old. That sounds great.
1 week at a time when Russell T Davies returns for a 3rd time to do Doctor Who. No, he won't be doing that. We'll see.
He'll be 90 years old.
David Tennant will.
Yeah, David Tennant will be the showrunner at that point.
He will somehow be younger.
Yeah, I don't know how he does it, but... so there you go. So plan for December, kids. It looks like it probably will be happening based on internal reports. Carole Ann Ford, you remember her? She was in Doctor Who, the very first episode of Doctor Who, playing Susan. Of course, she was also had cameos in Wish World, and then very conspicuously absent in the Reality War. Not at all even seen. So what's the deal with that? Well, she was interviewed at a convention. Was she actually in Australia? That's an epic long trip with Katie
she's
Manning.
in her 80s. That's got to be really tiring.
Anyway, she was appeared at the convention in Australia, and she described the scene that was unused at the end of the reality war. That I think has been sort of like been talked about and doing the rounds, and of course Disney Plus had an image from that scene, this party scene at the end of Reality War that was originally shot and of course never used. It was on their streaming service for a little bit. Here's a quote from Carole Ann Ford. You didn't see the episode, which was to sort of introduce my coming back, where I was holding hands with a little Poppy. I almost forgot her name, given that they say it 73 times in the episode, with Poppy. And we were watching through the window somewhere where the audience wasn't supposed to know where we were supposed to be. And we were watching my newly embodied grandfather, who is now Shudigawa, and watching him have a wonderful time singing and dancing at a party in a shop opposite where we were. And obviously, my character Susan was laughing to just go there and fling her arms around her grandfather and say, "Grandfather, how lovely to see you after all this time. And how did you survive your floating about in space? And why have you changed?" All that scene, of course, was cut. Anyway, that was unfortunately not to be, for reasons I know and will not disclose, said Carole Ann Ford. So there.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean,
yeah.
So, I mean, the rumor that I heard, and this is probably 100% correct, is that basically the regeneration wasn't supposed to happen, but it was basically the Disney deal was wrapping up, and Shudigawa was done. Yeah. Or they were done with Shudigawa, and so they crammed in that regeneration scene during the reshoots this past February, and wiped that whole storyline out, because I think it was supposed to it was basically meant as a springboard for season 3, which of course never happened. So to see it actually spoken about by someone who was there and shot stuff says a lot about the madness that was Doctor Who production over the past.
It did feel like a dog's breakfast. So here we have dog's breakfast confirmed.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris, many thoughts? I saw you go, yep, in the background there.
No, I mean, it's, because I seem to recall back in the summer when it was it the mother of the girl who played Poppy was talking about some of that stuff, and it was kind of dismissed.
Right.
At least to a degree. And then now we've got Carole Ann Ford kind of corroborating that it was the case. So I don't know, second sources and all that, right, Warren?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
But it sounds about right.
It sure, it does. I'm right enough. And I think, I don't know, the way they handled, just for Carole Ann Ford herself, the way they handled Susan's comeback was such a, it's just dropped the ball so hard.
Yeah.
And
after
hinting at it for a good series and a half,
I really wish they hadn't done her dirty.
Mm-hmm. Yep. When stuff comes out about the past couple of years in Doctor Who land, it's going to make for interesting reading and listening. I think is all we'll say about that. Anyway, interesting stuff. What else is? I already mentioned the Bad Wolf profile and stuff. Very interesting little profile about that. But yeah, I feel like
just about TV in general, it's interesting.
Yeah,
like the current state of things. It's good for that.
Yep. Links to the huge profile of Bad Wolf on their 10th anniversary and then of course Doctor Who is mentioned in there as well. That's from Broadcast Now. Radio Times sort of did a summary of the Doctor Who elements of it, but links in the show notes that you can read that. So we are sort of like doing the past couple weeks of news. So some of this stuff kind of does feel old, but we didn't really cover any news last week, so that's why we're mentioning it now. Just like we're mentioning this, Blake 7 is at the BFI. If you have tickets, good for you. It's on November 8th because it's sold out. It's sold out pretty quickly from what I gather.
As ever. Yeah.
As ever, yep. There's a screening for Redemption and Star 1, episodes 1 and 13 of season 2. Jan Chaplin and Sally Nevent will be there. And so that would be fun. Hope you got tickets, everyone. Of course, the Blu-ray set comes out a couple days after that in the UK. So there you go. Fun times.
Yeah.
Blake 7, baby.
Yeah, one day I hope to get to one of those BFI things.
I mean, you got to sort of
sound great.
I know you got to sort of know when. Well, our friends Felicity and Bill Evenson and Jeff Elson were there for the season 13 one. Yeah, they just happened to be there, which is.
I was hanging out with my friends Len and David. Len has seen all of like 7. David has seen none of it, so we showed him the web to go. Okay, this is the worst thing you're going to see. Now that you've seen this, everything else is gravy.
That's a controversial tactic, Warren, in showing someone a show.
He's kind of interested.
No, okay, that's all right.
I think that's a great tactic because how many times have we said, if you show somebody Genesis or Caves or something like that was their first exposure to Doctor Who, it's like nowhere to go but down.
But I'm not sure I would show someone like, if this doesn't scare you off, then you'll be okay. But like,
well,
what
it seemed like a funny idea at the time too. We just showed them the last 10 minutes where those little guys are screaming their heads off for no reason.
It goes on forever too. That part. Oh boy,
it really does.
Yeah. That's anyway. Looking forward to it. As I say, December 16th here in North America. Now I have reordered it. I look forward to watching that.
I have also ordered
it. All of us
have.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow.
I thought I was like, that's a lot of money, but then I was like, well, but Gambit though, I can't not own Gambit.
Gambit's on there. Gambit's on there. Exactly. Action Dollies. An Action Dolly set came out the past couple weeks while we were away. The Master and the TARDIS Vortex Edition. It's got Anthony Ainley's Master. It's got the Pillar TARDIS from Logopolis and Time Flight. It's also got the what is that like? It's got a little box in it. What is that? What is the box? It's got like a different. It's got the tissue compression eliminator.
It's an improved version of the original because there is an original one of these, but it does look better in all respects. Like it's a better sculpt or whatever of Anthony Ainley. Yeah. I'm not going to get it because I already have the original, but I don't feel like spending God only knows how much money to get this from England.
Right. Yeah. It's the Time Lord funeral cast. Oh, it's a Time Lord funeral cast from TV movie. Ah, I get it now. Okay,
that's which is not in the original. No, the Pillar is.
Yeah.
When I went to Forbidden Planet, the only Doctor Who things of this sort they had were the big I don't know if it's the Barbie ones or what, but the big Shudigawa and Millie Gibson, and then the 5.5-inch Millie Gibson, and that was it.
I at a Forbidden Planet in London, I was talking to a guy. We were both at the Big Finish section, and we were both going, "Yeah, I got a lot of these, and they're sitting on my phone. I haven't listened to them yet. I'm gonna buy more of them."
Yep. Well, so you probably won't get as you said, you're not getting the Action Dollies. I mean, Bookshelf Doctors has been on hiatus.
I've got a bin of these little goofballs, and they're like under 2 other bins, and I'm like, it seems like work. I've got, as I've said before, Customs of the Doctors are up there, and Bookshelf Doctors, I got work to do.
Yeah. I understand.
You need to do that just so you can write them off or something as a tax.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Why are you doing this as a tax write-off? The most exciting reason to do something.
Yeah.
I still remember Toby saying that, when he started getting involved with the VAM and whatnot, he's like, now all my DVDs are a tax write-off.
Well, he's right, I guess.
Yeah. Let's talk about some Big Finish stuff. A whole bunch of Big Finish stuff was announced or released. This is the part, of course, where we overanalyze the cover art to see what is going on in each installment. Doctor Who, the War Master, his greatest trick with Radio Free Skaro guest Derek Jacobi
for 10 minutes.
Sir Derek
Lovely
Jacobi.
fellow, very gracious of him to be our guest.
Isn't it?
Just turned 87 a few days ago.
Oh my God, 87 for that legend. Wow.
Oh, what a witty fellow too. Just like,
It's great.
I mean, I'm sure he was like basically just doing what he always does, but it was so nice to watch him do it.
It was, wasn't it? Anyway, he's appearing on the cover in a nice suit, and there's Daleks and there's Time Lords in there. Because
there seems to be he's beaming to the Enterprise, which is his greatest trick, crossing over Star Trek and Doctor Who finally.
Oh no, it's almost like he's beaming, like he's snapping his fingers, or like he's just pressed the recall thing in the 5 Doctors, maybe mustache, and then he hits that.
Could be both. Why
maybe
not?
He's snapping his fingers. I don't know.
Maybe that's where the Master is going in the 5 Doctors onto the Enterprise.
Oh.
There you go.
Well, it's out now. Have a listen, see if we're wrong.
I like the
newsflash. We are.
I like the Time Lord in the full regalia holding holding the staser there.
That's true.
Booting around in the back, yeah.
Yeah. Staser is such a cool word. Next up, we have, is this one out now? It's out now. Doctor Who Operation Vengeance. 3rd Doctor story where there's
he's in a uniform.
Pert's wearing a uniform, in this one.
That's like
I don't know what the ranking is.
Corporal.
Okay.
Corporal.
There's a
Doctor.
ghost tank.
Well, usually the carrots are the other way up. I thought, but whatever. Anyway, 2 of them is usually corporal.
They travel back to Dunkirk in 1940. Not sure what happened there in World War II history, but
I say ghost tank, but maybe that tank is regenerating.
Oh, it could be it actually, or is it being exterminated? No, it wouldn't be exterminated. It'd be negative, wouldn't it? Anyway, it looks like the brig is there too somehow. So the brig is traveling back through time. Anything can happen in Big Finish. So as you can tell by the cover art. So there you go. A Doctor Who travels back to Dunkirk. And fails. They actually have. This is me concocting the storyline. They actually have to prevent the Dunkirk escape from happening for the sake of time travel.
Why?
No idea why.
What kind of weirdo revisionist history is that?
We have to sink all those boats. We can't allow them to escape. That's wrong. Tell us if we're wrong. We're wrong. Anyway, some other stuff. Some future Doctor Who releases are because when they release one, they announce the next one coming out, and the Imposters, the Third Doctor Adventure, the Imposters.
That's a good '70s name, the Imposters.
The Imposters, with where Sarah Jane Smith meets Liz Shaw.
Hell yeah!
Mm-hmm.
And Doctor
first time,
first time.
And there's a Who Won vehicle in the background.
There is,
and the Whomobile is in the front right there.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
The Who Won.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And there's like a helmet. Looks like it's a Trojan War helmet or something like that. And there's a satellite dish. Could be Jodrell Bank or something like that.
Could be for Earth Project, or it's probably more the Autons. Wherever that was set.
Terror of the Autons. Yeah. Hopefully it's not the same place where the Fourth Doctor falls from in Legopolis, because that'd be, I'd stay away from there, basically. It's basically Trenzalore for classic Doctor Who. Like, don't go anywhere near
no kidding.
there,
Totally is, actually, when you're a town.
Yeah, it's like, stay away, So there you go. That's coming in February. Out in March is the Fourth Doctor Adventures, The Ministry of Death, where, of course, classic Tom Baker and Harry and Sarah and John Coleshaw doing the Brigadier. They're doing adventures. No cover art for that, though.
No, just photos.
We can't speculate what's going on there. So it's up to you to listen to and find out in March.
Says the Brigadier uses the space-time telegraph.
Again?
Call back to season 13.
Yeah, it is a little bit, because you use it at the end of Revenge of the Cybermen. Out now is Adventures of Bernie Summerfield, Dalek Eternity 2, where there's a Dalek.
Another Eternity? Come on.
It's another one. I know. How many Eternities do we need? Honestly.
At least 2.
I guess so. That's out now. And lastly, Stark Ops Conflict starts in January. Of course, Andrew Smith wrote this, our good friend Andrew Smith, Stark Ops, which is great. Stark Ops, baby, let me tell you, in 2027, we are so covering Stark Ops in this podcast.
Oh, hell yeah. This has become a Stark Ops podcast.
Yep.
Suspicion and Sabotage, which is a good name for current goings-on in television.
Definitely. Andrew Smith, of course, wrote the first one. Mark Wright and Rowland Moore have written further ones that will come out later on in 2026. But yeah, come 2027, baby, we are 100% covering Stark Ops. It's set in 2027. We'll see what the future predicted in 1987. Future space year of 2027.
We may also cover my remake of the Sandbaggers with action dollies, which I just created out of my head right now.
Perfect.
Andrew also does all the script editing for that Stark Ops stuff, so he'll have had his hand in all of it.
He will have. I, of course, bought Stark Ops on DVD, the network DVD. Found it on eBay, so I have it a proper DVD.
And it was easy.
It was easier than you thought. It was
I'm
easier.
never going to back off of that joke ever.
No one else will. They only know of the theme song, damn it. And my next thing, I think, is to get a 45 of the theme song single, I think.
Totally should.
Yeah.
This is one time your OCD, I encourage it.
Well, I mean, Paul Cornell sent me, or he gave me, I can't remember if he sent me or gave me, a 45 of the theme to Quiller, because it was released as a single. So I have that.
Dear.
I have the three.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I guess
Do you have a record player?
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't need it. I don't
that
care.
Tracks.
Yeah,
You have Quiller in your mind palace.
You've got one, don't you, Chris?
Yes.
Well, I'm bringing it next time. Next time we go over there for a commentary or something like that, I'm bringing that, and also I have every Led Zeppelin album on vinyl too. So we'll
that's
have to
not quite the Tachyon Boys driving around LA with the theme from Gangsters blasting from the speakers, but it's getting there.
We did it. We did it a couple years ago at Galley. We drove around listening to the theme song from Quiller.
Nice.
It's awesome. When is Big Finish going to do Quiller? Damn it.
When is Big Finish going to cater to my whims? They did with Star Cops.
They did.
When are they going to do the Sandbaggers?
They really should. Oh my God, it's perfect for Big Finish.
Which would be more appropriate for Big Finish, Quiller or Sandbaggers?
Sandbaggers, because it's mostly meetings in rooms.
Yeah, honestly.
Which is what makes it awesome. And McDonald's.
McDonald's, yeah.
There's going to be some room noise nerd out there who just, got very happy at that prospect.
Yeah.
Some room noise nerd. It's Chris.
Yeah, it is. So the BBC archive YouTube channel is one of my favorite YouTube channels because they'll post random stuff.
Awesome.
Isn't it so good?
Great.
So awesome.
Is it so good?
Great.
They'll post like random stuff from usually from factual programs. They won't necessarily post stuff from dramatic stuff. But they recently posted a thing. There's a TV show called Monitor, which I don't know what they was like a cultural affairs thing. Anyway, they did like a making of thing. For something called The Bedmakers, which no longer exists in the archives, confirmed to me by John Williams and Russell Parker, the latter of which who works for the BBC, so knows these things. And but so you can see a glimpse of it here. It's basically the making of, from script to screen, of this TV play. It's obviously not Doctor Who. There's no one who works on Doctor Who, I don't think, in it. But you can see the cameras, and the BBC at the time was from Television Centre. It's not Lime Grove, but like the cameras and how they move around and behind. It's just like, it's fascinating for people like me who love watching old technology in behind the scenes and stuff like that. So it's like a 20-minute video or something like that. So worth the watch. Links in the show notes.
My favorite part, I haven't watched all of it, but my favorite part is at the beginning. The playwright is coming in with all these highfalutin ideas, and you can just see the director going, how are we actually going to do this?
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm using this. And he's very much a toffee-nosed playwright. And then all the actors are like, yeah, love, we'll get it done. Nobody there is operating in the same plane as this playwright guy.
I know. Yeah. How much they have to dumb it down. I love watching the low camera angle shots. You just would sort of think like they just had a camera like low on the pedals, but no, it's like this little creeper. It's like this little guy who's not the little guy, but the guy's like sitting on this thing that's really low to the ground, this little crane shot. So any low angle shot you would see in classic Doctor Who is done by basically a guy in a crane, but low to the ground, and another guy pushing and pulling that camera around and stuff like that.
It's like that great shot in Revelation where the Davros is zapping Colin Baker with the lightning, and it's just done from like worm's eye view, and I'm like, how the hell did they pull that off in 1980, whatever? Yeah,
well, how would they do that in 1964? Just like that
too, yeah.
So fascinating stuff, the making of and the history of the BBC. So links in the show notes. Do watch that. It's very cool.
And just before we get to the final item, just to talk very quickly about something that's also not Doctor Who, but kind of appropriate in my opinion.
Right.
So, June Lockhart just died the other day, just passed the other day, age 100.
Nicely done, June Lockhart.
Yeah. From obviously Lost in Space, playing the mother, and also her cameo in the 1998 Lost in Space film, which I adore. Also, I did not know or realize mother of Anne Lockhart from Battlestar Galactica.
I didn't know that either.
Which, when I was a much younger person, was one of the best things about the 1978
Is that Cassiopeia or the other one?
I just watched the darn thing.
The blonde one or the brunette? I don't remember.
Wow.
Admiral Kane's daughter. She joins like halfway through.
Okay.
When Living Legend. Yeah.
Yes. Lloyd Bridges himself, I believe.
It was Lloyd Bridges.
Yes.
You're right. Yeah.
And not Ensign Rowe, which is the new one's version of Pegasus Captain.
Michelle Forbes. Yes.
Yeah, Michelle Forbes. I forgot her name.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was. Did not realize she was Anne Lockhart's mother. And apparently, June Lockhart was in Chud 2. So,
Hell yeah.
Not every decision's a great one.
Thus cementing her long career and legacy. Age 100, though. Wow.
It's impressive.
Yeah,
good
well
run.
done, June Lockhart. Nabil Shaban, though, died this past couple weeks ago, October 18th, about a week ago, I guess. Age 72. Of course, Nabil was Syl in Vengeance on Varos and Mind Warp. What a performance, honestly. And he was also well known and respected in the industry for his disability rights campaign, and also formed a theater company that promoted disabled artists and everything else. So he did a lot for disabled artists throughout his life and career. And as I say, it was just embodied Syl, like just made him just a
brought him to life,
proper character, the laugh and everything else, and just the mannerisms.
And you didn't really see disabled people on TV at the time.
You didn't. I was trying to look for it. Speaking of the BBC Archive thing, I think there was somewhere on the BBC Archive YouTube channel, there was like a contemporary interview with him pre-Doctor Who, I think, actually. I think it was from like early 84. And he was talking about his theater company that he just founded. It made for interesting watching, especially since he was about to, sort of have his life change a little bit by being in Doctor Who. Because once you're in Doctor Who, you're in it for forever. Let's face it.
Well, he did a lot of stuff after the fact with Big Finish and Keith Barnfather.
He did, yeah. Keith Barnfather posted a lot of. I never watched the Syl the little spin-off that they did in 2019, which had Syl Shaban back in his costume and stuff like that, and they sort of did the things that Keith Barnfather does. You know what I mean?
One of my favorite things overall is for Syl, like you think of like Mind Warp, for example. For me, the two big things that come to my mind are Syl and Brian Blessed, but just the way that they did the Syl outfit, like him on top of the tank and all that kind of stuff. Like, he was a disabled actor whose character wasn't portrayed in any way. Like the character wasn't portrayed in any way differently than any other, able-bodied character would be. There's no mention of the fact that
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, like I think
very positive.
I think for a while, I think he actually kind of said, I don't think that disabled performers should necessarily be like cast as villains all the time. And to which I agree. I mean, the whole angry, evil genius in a wheelchair thing has sort of been done and
it was either that or sitcom triacle, basically.
Right, and but that's what made Syl so great, is that he wasn't necessarily evil. He was just greedy, you know?
Like he was a business guy is what he was.
A business guy.
Which is evil, but it's a different kind of evil.
He was a perfect villain for the 1980s, honestly. And
actually.
And
is he an analog from Margaret Thatcher?
Yeah.
Probably.
Syl would have been a one-note villain had he sort of been like portrayed in a different manner. But to get Nabil Shaban in there, to really give him life, to give him that laugh and everything like that, you just love to watch him,
And in Vengeance on Varos, he becomes such a business toady to the other guy, which is he's kind of got not Vengeance on Varos, the other one.
In Mind Warp. I know he's
he changes a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah, it's so it's such a good performance.
We all have worked with people like this.
Yeah,
like absolute toadying jerks.
Yeah,
which is his main sort of thing.
Yeah. I remember.
Is a little on the nose. He's a slug. Yeah, maybe.
I remember. I wish there was more stuff of. I was had little smaller roles in some films and everything else. But I remember he was in another British thing, which is like he played like a painter or something. I saw this years and years ago. I can't remember what channel it was. Maybe Bravo here in Canada. And it was really good, and it was TV back in those days, so I didn't see what it was, and I was sort of flipping around and saw him in it. And he was really good in that too. So it wasn't just his part in Syl. He was a really good actor and just a great voice for disabled actors and performers throughout his life. So sad to see his life end at age of 72. But what a legacy! What a legacy for Nabil Shaban. So.
Mm-hmm.
And on that note, it is time to resume our classic series commentary with The Sunmakers Part 3.
Are the microphones wired in?
All around the condenser, most merciful. We're looking forward to excellent duodecaphonic sound.
This is the moment when I get a real feeling of job satisfaction.
Welcome back. It's part 3 of our commentary for Doctor Who and the Sunmakers. A lot of debate whereas if this was one word or two words over the years for some reason. For the longest time, it was one words. And then all of a sudden, wait a second, what are we doing? It's 2 words.
The opening titles will say 2 words.
Yeah, so. I know. I want to say like the novelization or something had 1 word or something.
Maybe.
Oh,
well,
maybe.
Who can tell?
It's on the shelf behind me. I'm not going over there to look at it.
That means turning around. Come on.
That's true. Just like the Chicago Blackhawks, fun fact, were...
Not fun at all.
No, the hockey team where it was listed as 2 words, Black Hawks, for many, many years until the mid-'80s when they looked on the original chart and said, wait a second, it's 1 word. We've been spelling it as 2 all this time, so they officially changed it. They named it to 1 word again. So how about that for fun? Isn't that fun? Not as fun as The Sunmakers Part 3. I hope you've got your originally legally purchased Blu-ray Season 15, a.k.a. Tom Baker Season 4,
I thought you said illegally purchased, like from a back alley or something.
Yes,
I got some Sunmakers here for you, kid.
Hey. Hopefully you do, because we're going to watch it now in 3, 2, 1, play. It's been a couple weeks since we recorded our last. I'll be.
And I was in Edmonton for part of it, wasn't I?
No, that was visitation.
Visitation.
Yeah,
oh, yes, you're right.
Yeah, I know. We didn't. Well, oddly enough, we didn't take up your family time with recording more commentary.
Oh no, I was in Edmonton for the proper first part, and then the visitation played from past Edmonton.
Oh, okay. we are so timey-wimey now. Right now with there it is. It's even on a different line.
Yeah, the novelization is 1 word for whatever.
It is. I thought so. Yeah.
Looked it up.
The Sunmakers looks better as 2 words here in the centered column way.
Sunmakers.
Hallways, yeah.
The longest hallways in Great Britain, right there.
Hallways and lousy like carved from wood guns.
That's the stuff right there, baby.
Although so that little camera move there around the corner, that's at least one thing they can do with location shooting that is not so easy in the studio.
No.
Now,
God, look at that.
I'm just pandering to you, Stephen, here, and to myself. But long corridors like this are just the most 70s thing ever.
They so are. It's amazing how this is like
featureless barren office expanse.
Yeah, we were watching the last episode of Murderbot on Apple TV Plus, and I'm
surprised you're watching anything currently.
Well, I know, Eric, it's all mostly because Erica read the books, but it's shot in Toronto, and there are some scenes shot in some very brutalist architecture in Toronto. Thinking, oh, that screams 1967. Like just like
Montreal is great for that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And
I can't imagine there's probably some of these long what is the deal with these corridors in real life? Like there's
is that for real that long?
It's they didn't.
I think it is. Yeah,
build it.
They're
obviously
not mirroring or anything.
See, on something like Severance, where they have very similar things. I mean, that's all trickery. But
it is.
So those
shot it here. Save themselves.
Those Severance shots took like a year to do. You know how long this took? An afternoon.
We're watching it. It took
exactly
as long as it took to watch it. It should just go to the UK.
That one opening scene for season 2 with Adam Scott certainly took a very long time to film.
I see making of shots of whatever that is. That's another show that I tried to get into, and a lot of people like it.
I watched the first episode. It was fine. I don't care.
They don't need my support. But
now, why is Leela driving this?
Because she thinks she can. And look at what she does.
She's being quite the white male right now.
Yeah.
Oh, of course I could do this.
Yeah.
I mean, really, she should be on the gun because she'd be great at that.
Well, she will be very shortly.
Thankfully, that's what
there
happens.
we go. Yeah, there we are. Although, unfortunately, this is like 70s putting woman in her place stuff. Yeah. But her place is behind a big ass gun. So, I mean,
I love the shot.
I love the wobble of the thing.
The low shot there of them driving towards the dead guard or the knocked out guards. It gives you the impression that sure we stunned them, but we are going to full on drive over them.
As a kid, I got concerned about that, and then as an adult, I'm like, well, I do that in GTA all the time. Like, I make a point of running guys over I've just killed.
Yeah.
How dare you come after me? I know it's the point of the game, but not today, sir.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Hubris.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of that?
That's a good shot, though.
Oh, what, the shot of
her head like lying on the floor, and it's just a good perspective.
It is a good perspective shot. I know. Yeah. We all know what you were meaning there, Warren.
No, I actually wasn't. I actually meant it was a perspective shot.
I mean, Leela was my first companion, more or less. I mean, around this time.
I thought Romana was.
Well, but I remember it wasn't this. I don't remember this story in my earliest days, but I do remember Underworld. Brief shot of Underworld is one of my first tangible memories of Doctor Who.
Stuff approaching the end of her run.
Yeah, not in season 14. So
Like all good 70s and 80s stories, it's a futurist where there are ducts everywhere.
Yeah.
Brazil is particularly ducty.
What are your thoughts on Max Faulkner's bouffant there? I wonder.
It's big, isn't it? I'm mildly surprised at the step back from Max Faulkner.
They're all big. Well, everyone with curly hair in the scene has a.
This freaked me out when I saw it originally. I'm like, oh my god, are they actually going to brand him? Ah!
This is
You
1978.
got to pay extra for that usually.
Yeah. I'm surprised at the step back from Max Faulkner because he's either a stuntman or an actor, and he will be later on in the season. He has a pretty notable role as ably in Invasion of Time. But here he's neither stuntman or actor. He's an extra. He's a glorified extra in this. It's really strange.
Yeah, check as a check.
Supporting artist.
Yeah. SAs, as they call them.
I'm just going to start referring to money as Telmars.
I agree. Telmar.
Given the American dollar is probably going to plummet at some point due to idiocy. I might as well just call them Telmars. What the hell?
Switched over to the Telmar.
When you buy things online, make sure to use your Consum card.
Yeah, exactly.
I absolutely.
Go to Cuban convertible.
But it's the taxes,
Telmars.
you see.
Mm-hmm. Forgotten his name already. William somebody. I know his name.
Oh, the actor.
Yeah.
Perhaps at the time I went to I can't remember what the hell the name of the coffee shop is on Davie, but a guy knew what Action by Havoc meant on my T-shirt. I'm like,
wow,
all right, this brother gets it.
Faulkner was on. I remember
one of the 8 people still alive that would.
There's actually a young fella. He was a barista.
Mm-hmm.
See, at least they put something on her head, like the bit of makeup to reflect the wound.
Yeah. So, as of we're recording this in mid-July, 2025. For those of you at home, in about a month, we're taking a short trip to Saskatoon for 3 days, just because it's never really properly been there. Gonna spend
you and your
I was
me,
gonna
Erica,
say,
and a friend of ours.
It's not an RFS trip.
It's not an us trip. No.
Yeah, and so Henry Wolfe here, his superlative performance as the collector. After in the early 80s, he moved to Saskatoon, of all places, and became an icon in the local theater industry. And they named a theater after him, Henry Wolfe Theater, in the University of Saskatchewan. Now, I think that theater is actually in a building, so I don't know if it's publicly accessible, but I will do my damnedest to get a picture of the sign that says Henry Wolfe Theater and any other thing that honors the late great Henry Wolfe.
Go during the day, because I'm sure there's like summer theater classes for kids and stuff like that.
There should be something, right? So anyway, investigations will occur. By the time you hear this, outside of our Patreon feed, you'll have found out if maybe I'll even post the pictures to the Patreon feed, perhaps, if I see any.
Hopefully, it's like thinking of the University of Alberta, the Meyer Horowitz Theater.
Mm-hmm.
There's really little, if any, signage outside for it.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a big.
So I don't know if the same is going to apply to.
With the Henry Wolfe,
you should hit up Google Earth first.
Well, I did. Here's the thing. 2 things about that. One, there's a picture of Henry Wolfe next to the big Henry Wolfe Theater sign in 2021 when they dedicated it. And B, Google Earth, believe it or not, the most recent picture is 2014. So,
really?
Yeah, it says at the bottom there. It's like, oh, where is it? 2014? What is going on? So I don't know if it's there yet.
Also, a shout out to University of Saskatchewan, my dad's alma mater.
Oh, really? Paris of the Prairies is Saskatoon. Lovely little city. So I don't know what we're going to do there yet, but just being in Saskatoon in a nice hotel will be reason enough.
Summer is probably the best time to be there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
giant streets, insanely large streets.
Unless there's wildfires, because this is the world we live in now.
Well, and I love how American congressman, I think, wrote a letter to Manitoba saying, "Could you please knock it off?" Oh, yeah, we'll just get right on that. Sure.
Thanks for polluting our air so much that our forests burn round the clock all year round.
Not like California hasn't had their crap or Washington State drift up to us. Like, come on.
In a world where other Republicans are trying to push through bills to stop weather control.
What a stupid world we live in. This timeline sucks, man.
Let's live on Pluto with 6 suns.
It doesn't look great, but it does look better. It's got long corridors. What more do you want?
I watched these 2 parts just yesterday in preparation of this, just so I don't go going too cold. And this character, his performance, the fact that he's wearing like a pinstripe suit, like it is it camp. It
absolutely is. Yes.
Yeah, but like it's so biting as well that it's like I don't know how this would like doing something like this in 2025, how it would go over.
You'd have to go even further or not at all.
I don't know. Like there's menace in it, but he's hilarious, you know?
That facial expression is great.
Like,
just a weird creep.
Yeah, he is such a weird little creep. It's amazing.
And the thing is, everybody's worked for corporations or companies, and you all know a guy who gets up, some officious jerk who work is everything, and he's going to make it your problem too.
Mm-hmm. There's a interview was terminated.
I have thought of that on several different occasions in my work life. And I've done many an interview with like news people, but you can't really go, this interview is terminated. I mean, I could if I was interviewing somebody involved with the Sunmakers, maybe.
Right.
I don't know if this is peak Saskatchewan or what, but on the University of Saskatchewan campus in Saskatoon, there's a multi-purpose slope testing facility, which is abbreviated to MOST. They're taking the O in purpose for the anagram.
Nope. Does not work.
I love how he wins them all over with this little foofara. I love these glasses too, by the way.
Yeah. Well, what I was watching it with the infotext on.
Having just watched the Matrix films, those look like something you'd expect.
They do.
Morpheus, yeah.
In the Matrix. Well, not just Morpheus. They all have sunglasses.
Those weird things. The original dialogue for a lot of this scene was basically the Doctor telling them, but Tom Baker sort of works it around where he asks them and he asks them to answer the questions that he already knows the answer, but he basically gives the power to them as opposed to him dictating everything, and that's just one of the little subtle things that Tom Baker does. He really knows this show, having been in it.
And that one guy saying, "Yeah, this is not questions you were asked." I'm like, "Yep, that sounds about like 2025."
Yeah. Yep, very relevant.
It is a ramshackle model.
That is a picture of a model. That's what that was.
I love it. It looks like a bunch of plywood thrown together.
Your hugeness sent for me these scenes here of your amplification.
I love these Imperial guards behind him too.
Yeah. Ajax. Oh God. I mean, I've loved Robert Holmes's stories up to this point, but this feels like, I don't know, this feels like the proper Robert, like the biting satire Robert Holmes. I think really this is his.
Oh God, yes,
his peak.
Well, I mean, this is all. The whole story exists because of his, I don't want to say conflict as such,
voluminousness
with HMRC. So
that's so good. All of these names are just great.
His performance is just like all of this is nonsense, and I can't tell if we love it because we've been watching it for so long, but like if you showed this on like BBC One in 2025, how would it be reacted? It just feels. Is it pantomime? Did John Nathan Turner try to do this very thing 10 years later, but it didn't work? But here it does, and why?
I think it depends on like the time. Like this comes back and forth. Like the Brits love pantomime. Like every Christmas, they all like something that would never play here. Like so, maybe the British are just more amenable to this. I'm not British, so I don't know, but they seem to like over the top nonsense in certain contexts.
Yeah,
I think it's just more ingrained into the culture than it is here. Like even going back to I'm sorry for mentioning this person's name, but Kevin Sorbo's Hercules. There's a lot of stuff in there that's like panto based, like Madame Twankey, and
I guess so. Yeah,
and I mean they were shot in New Zealand, but still starring and produced by Americans.
Right.
But there was a lot of that side of things that was part of that show. Well,
the best
Xena as well.
The best description I've seen, and I think this person was talking about American TV versus American movies for comedy, but it also applies to British TV or movies. He said, in American TV, you've got these characters you build up and you make stuff funny because of that. In movies, they drive off a cliff and go, like a cartoon. And that's, the Brits just don't drive off a cliff and do a cartoon, basically, most of the time. For one thing, they can't afford it. which is actually a plus.
They can afford 2 of those camera props that show up literally everywhere.
With industrial vacuum tubes.
Yeah.
Like tubes for a vacuum, not...
Yeah, I feel like they probably used as arms for the White Robot costumes, too, back in 1968. But
I thought this was incredibly clever when I was 13.
It's basically doing speed. Not the drug speed, but the movie speed, creating a tape loop of...
the bus that couldn't stop.
Yeah. The bus that couldn't slow down. I love that duplication. Not just unnecessary, quite unnecessary.
K9 is every pedantic nerd.
Yep. I just the snarky way. It says K9 5th. As in I'm 4th.
That's kind of cool.
I know. Hanging off the wall. Oh boy. Laughing guards. I don't know if
this reminds me of I'm reading this history of the railroad in Canada, and they're talking about this one guy who's this guide, and he proved his worth, as many like First Nations tribes did, where you'd have the thing where you're stuck on these wires and you have to last a few days on it. I remember seeing that as a kid going, oh my God. And even reading about it again, I'm like, my manhood would not be proved. I'd be whimpering like a baby in about a minute and a half. And that's being optimistic, actually.
There's a Heritage Minute on the making of the Canadian Railroad about, how many Chinese immigrants
died. Haven't gotten to that part yet. I'm just at we haven't built this yet. We're surveying, but there are so many bribes. So many bribes. And a lot of it was basically built to keep the Americans at bay. If we got our own railroad, people won't go to the States. The Americans won't... etc. We won't have to use because they already had a functioning and really good railroad. But because of that, a lot of American engineers and managers came up and basically built this thing. Oh. So ironically enough,
brain drain. The Heritage Minute on the many Chinese people dying during the making of the Start a Young E.G. So.
Neat.
Yeah. From Doctor Who TV movie fame. Just tying it into Doctor Who. Just doing my best.
Oh yeah. Speaking of many geodes he has there.
Yeah, speaking of actors, Jocinda Scott here, I think that's her name. She is Icelandic.
Did not know that.
Yeah. That's the first and only Icelandic actor in Doctor Who. Jonina, there we go.
I got to get my desk gun.
Married to David Ashton, who appeared in Timelash.
Oh my God, David Ashton. What was he in Timelash?
Does she ever remind him of that? I was in the better one.
He played Kendron.
Both directed by Pennant Roberts. How about that?
Where does the leather for that satchel come from on Pluto? Do they have cows somewhere?
Yeah. Plutonian cows.
Is it synth leather or something?
I was going to say, I looked up the costume designer, Christine Rollins, who also did season 7. She looks like she made a lot of costumes out of bedding. Like the guards are wearing basically quilts.
Right.
Marn is wearing like satin bed sheets.
There's that spiral staircase prop. It's still kicking around. It's still kicking around. I'd never noticed that before. Oh wow!
And it seems really incongruous.
It does. Once again, I mean, that is the reason for my next pilgrimage is purely to spot where that
You're
prop.
a weirdo. I don't want to put that for the record. You're a weirdo.
It shows up everywhere. It's in the Daleks Master Plan. It's in the Sea Devils. It's in this.
I don't know if that's commendable or if that's sad.
Have you been banned from local IKEAs?
Because do you have a spiral staircase just like the one is seen in literally as many Doctor Who episodes as Pat
told you to get out, and we meant it.
To be fair, I don't even know where you'd go to buy a spiral staircase.
Yeah, I think you'd have to have that custom made, wouldn't you?
I would have. The fact that it is so durable leads me to believe that wasn't original. Like somebody needs to do a book on that, just that spiral staircase.
I think you found your calling. The only reason to go to these lengths is to write a book.
I guess so. Yeah. It shows up everywhere. I bet you it probably shows up in other BBC shows too. Like it's not just Doctor Who. Yeah.
Why would you make another one if you didn't need to?
Yeah.
That stop don't move jump they do there.
Just Googling it, there are several places in Edmonton to buy spiral staircases.
Yeah, but it's not the same one though. I want that spiral staircase.
Well, that one may not exist
anymore. You live in an apartment that is one floor. How are you going to do this?
Yeah.
You can sell a spiral staircase to nowhere.
Yeah, just put it in your balcony if you're on the top floor, I guess. Otherwise, you can just walk up to the next person's balcony. Hey, get out of my place. I sorely tempted to compose in my own, have you seen this villain? And just put in, pictures of you guys.
Where did they get mugshots taken? Oh, I guess she did when she was
off
captured.
the cameras, I guess.
Yeah. Well, no, she was captured, obviously.
Oh, so was he, yeah.
Janina Scott was born in Keflavik, Iceland, and died there as well. 2018.
Well, that's too bad.
We did, yeah, but they didn't know that she died until literally 3 years after her mention in Doctor Who magazine, as I recall, perhaps because she moved back to Iceland. Yeah,
pretty sure her Icelandic friends.
She was aware of it. Yeah, she was probably aware of it. But the greater Doctor Who world.
When did she appear in Toby's year-end memorial video?
2021 or whenever it was. That's when people heard.
That's some bad design. That's some real Death Star design. The heat exchanger would explode, taking half the city with it. That's I got a friend who does HVAC. He could probably tell me a thing or two about what a bad idea that is.
That dial with the purple thing right behind them, that looks pretty janky.
Well, this whole thing doesn't look exactly up to code.
It's still a minor miracle that set designers and whatnot were able to do even what they did was
Oh yeah, this is all work.
Still impressive.
Tough work to do, yeah. And then the amount of time they have to do it, and it has to be maneuverable by cameras and all the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
Watching the Blake 7 season 1 set, and who was it? I can't remember if it was Michael E. Bryant or who, but somebody in one of the interviews was talking about how one of the toughest things to do in Doctor Who is to have every story set in a different place. Mm-hmm. You need new sets every single time. So what does the BBC go and do in 1977? It goes and commissions another show that has exactly the same problem.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's the best concept and the worst. As Stephen Moffat said at our RFS live show, you know, it's one set and you never use it. It
looks like a giant peppermint candy or something as the back wheels on the collector's chair.
You know, for a mostly studio bound, the camera works pretty good and dynamic in this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then we go straight to
look at that wide shot right there.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for disproving my point here, Sunmakers.
Well, no, I mean it still looks good. I don't know those dangly bits behind it. The gatherer were, but there's something. Now they're seemingly gone. Did Henry Wolf shave his head for this, or is that a bald cap?
It's a bald cap. I don't think.
Oh yeah, you can tell like little folds by his ear.
Yeah, there's a couple shots there that probably
darn good bald cap in general.
Yeah, his bald cap goes not bad.
I don't think many actors would shave their head for roles back in those days.
Your sublimity. We gotta list all these off. There's your next project.
Ewan McGregor shaved his for Trainspotting.
Yeah, but that's 1994. You know,
I have not seen the sequel. Is it any good?
Yes.
Okay.
Dramatically different style film.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. It's based on the book. Well, I don't know how closely. Anyway, Porno is the name of the
which is the sequel.
Irvin Welsh book, the sequel.
Right. Yeah.
There's nothing trippier than trying to read either Trainspotting or Porno the way they're written.
I tried to read Trainspotting because I really liked the movie, and I was like, I can't read this. I can barely understand some serious Scots accent as is, and it is English.
Uh-oh.
So reading it.
This is going to cause Stephen to go off on a Scottish.
Oh God, what have I done?
What have we done?
Yeah.
No.
Stephen, just resist the urge.
I've got to be surrounded by Glaswegians and probably Scottish whiskey as well. I think probably that'll keep me contained to it.
You only drink Irish whiskey, though.
Yeah.
This is the moment when I get a real feeling of job satisfaction from the miniscope.
Yeah, this very commentary theme.
Or this commentary, yeah.
There it is.
Sorry,
right
I was
there.
mixing up my. Oh, here we go.
There it is.
Most merciful.
Duodecaphonic.
I want to know, and I always wanted to know what the hell duodecaphonic
20
sound
speakers,
actually is.
baby. 20.
Yeah.
2 times 10.
Like a duodecagon.
That's very prisonery, the little foam thingy.
A little bit.
I mean, purple dial go.
I mean, some of these props might have been hired.
This is actually a genuinely great cliffhanger.
Yeah.
This is cool too with all the atmospheric smoke and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot happening in this episode in general.
Yeah. No, where's the Howard Da Silva voiceover now?
The Doctor and Leela.
Tell us what happens in the next episode. They stopped putting those. I don't think they have made their way over to the Blu-rays. I think they lost the rights for them even when they're starting to make the DVDs.
They're on YouTube though, right? They must be.
I've never looked for them. I bet you they are though. But Tarek
Anwar, yeah.
There he is, one and only Doctor Who.
Tariq?
Tariq, possibly Tariq. Yeah.
Tariq?
I can't remember the name of his book, but damn, it's funny. He does not have any F's left.
Well, there we go. There's one more in the books, one more to go. The Sunmakers, 2 words, part 4, coming in our next classic series commentary. Do join us for that, won't you? In the meantime, and in between time, though, I am Stephen in Edmonton.
We're in Vancouver.
And Chris in Edmonton.
So long for now.